Greetings, everyone. Greetings. I don't know how many of you keep up with the news coming out of Africa. Most people who have any thoughts about Africa, especially with the plan to go live, visit, whether it be short or long term, look at the country that they're going to for the amenities that it has that cater to your life. And not look at the other aspects of life in that country. And of course, there are people who have an agenda, whether it be getting you to Africa and give them your money to invest it in something, land or resources, but they show you the one side of Africa that you want to see. But you might be one of those people who don't watch the news because to you it's depressing. It's all bad. It's like you're going to put a new app on your device, you know, and you look at it to see how many people have that app and what they're saying about it. The best way to do that is to look at what a few people who gave a 5 thumbs up, and then the 50 people who gave a 1 thumbs down, to see how that thing operates. Because people will tell you what they found, the issues they found with it. And they'll tell you, you know, I had this app before and it has changed. The same thing with a good YouTuber. He'll tell you, I'm here for so many years. When I came here to Kenya or Tanzania or Nigeria or Ghana or South Africa, when I came here it was like this. And these are the changes that I see over the years. When you're arriving, if you plan to come here, consider this. Like I always talk about people, about the weather. The rainy season in West Africa is, well, East Africa too. It is rough because of the infrastructure. One night before bed, I turned on the lights outside as I normally do to check around the area. And there were 2 million ants all around my house. And these ants were huge. quarter to half-inch long. And they would move across the land, and everything that they found, they either moved it with them or ate it right there. All the small bugs in the area were gone. But they were trying to enter the house. So I had to spray. I mean, when I got up the next morning, I spent about 2 hours spraying. When I woke up the next morning, the patio around the house was just covered in ants, black. I had never seen such a thing before. Never in my life. Even coming from Barbados, I went to Brazil, tropical places where these creatures exist. I have never seen them before. I've heard about them in Brazil, especially in Pantanal, but I've never seen them. Then one day, we were clearing the land, the plants, cucumbers and all that. And I saw this huge trail. It must have been about 1 foot wide, and it stretched for about 200 meters across the land. That's how many ants were in there. I mean, thick. If I had stepped in it, by the time I picked my foot up, I know I would have about 1,000 ants on it. And those are the things that people need to know about. The hamatan, dust, that choking. Look at these things before you come to Africa. The people who tell you about the good things, it's good to know about the good things. But when you arrive and there's some problem and you don't know how to deal with it in Africa, if you got to your place, and I've heard stories about people being followed home and robbed as they unpacked. I have never seen anyone tell that story about all the YouTubers I listen to. Some of these stories I can tell you, when I started telling people about Gambia, Gambia's jumped on my case, and a lot of foreigners. They just told me, if you can't say anything good about Gambia, don't say anything. Go back to where you came from. And I say, you know what? In 3 years, I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to tell you what Gambia is like. Now, I have changed my mind. Not completely changed my mind, but I have this list. It's like a book of the things that I see in Gambia that you should be afraid of. But I have Gambian friends. I have to consider them. Because if I make Gambia look like trash, how is my friends going to feel about me? And secondly, that is their country. This is, our country. So it's about time that I do something about it instead of just telling people about it. So that's why I decided to do something about it. Instead of talking about it, telling people, hey, you gotta beware, 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 beware. I started making videos about what's going on in the streets. If you look at my videos about Brikama, I was always telling people, hey, look, the government needs to do this. They need to clear the streets. Everywhere I went to, I talked about clearing the streets. Eventually, they started clearing the street. And me and other Gambians, we were shocked, but we were singing praises about, hey, you're doing a great job. Now there, I mean, I've seen about 100 Gambians making videos about the cleanup. How I've seen some people making videos about how, you know, making garbage cans to put beside the road or in areas that's needed. Encouraging people to put their garbage instead of throwing it on the street. I've seen, oh shoot, man, driving down the road and I seen people throw a whole bag of garbage out of their car. These people driving Mercedes and, I mean, Land Rovers. You know, and Gambian, other Gambians, they were frustrated. They say, look at this dirty person making our country look bad. Imagine the tourists who come here and to see how our land looks like. But the Gambians don't say anything, you know. They don't say, you know, they'll tell their brother, you know, clean up. Me, I will say something. One day I saw this Chinese guy throw garbage and I think, if you were in Beijing, would you be doing that? He looks at me like in shock. Then he picks it up, put it in the trash. What I'm saying to you is to say, look, find out about the things that doesn't fit your lifestyle before you come to Africa. You're going to find more things that don't fit your lifestyle than what fits your lifestyle. You're going to come and you're going to focus on the things that you want to see and try to avoid the things that you don't. And I understand that part. You're going to go to Tanzania, you're going to go look at the animals, you're going to stay at a resort. Go back to London or America or wherever you came from. And tell your friends about the great safari that you had. That resort that you went to, owned by some king in England or a corporation in England or France. Shipping the money out, it's not helping the Kenyans or Tanzanians. When you go into the city and spend your money at the local store, it does help those people. One of the things that I have in mind is to create a list of stores in Gambia where I can say, hey, look, when you arrive here, these stores will cater to you. They're the best that I've found in the Gambia. They don't overcharge you. Mind you, everything is expensive in the Gambia. People don't think that way, but everything is expensive. But that's one of the plans that I have. And the things that don't exist, either me or I'm hoping even me myself or someone else I know will come in and fill that gap so that when we need like bags, when you need a system to water your garden put in, it doesn't take you 3 or 4 different contractors and 3 months of frustration. They're one of those people who could do the job, and you go talk to them, and they get the job done the way you want. If you come to Gambia and you have that skill of installing watering systems, I said watering systems because it could be, you know, your garden, or it could be building a pond, different things. You had that skill, there are other people who are going to want that, because Gambia is a place where they grow during the rainy season, and then the rest of the year you got 9 months of nothing. Gambians strip the land of all green, burn it. But that is supposed to keep the land from being, all the water in the earth from being evaporated. And it's to fertilize the land. But that's a different story altogether. Anyway, if you're coming to Africa, look at everything, because some of the things that you miss, you might run into that problem and don't know how to fix it. You come to Gambia on a holiday and go to a bank to get some money, even though it's not a holiday, you can run into that problem. You go 3, 4, 5 banks, and the teller machines have no money. Watch the videos that I have made about that, and you'll see for yourself. So you always have to keep money in your pocket. When I go outside Gambia, I take money with me, so when I come back, I have it. I don't have to be rushing around. And if I don't have any money and there's a problem, I can't get money, what am I going to do? So things like that you have to look at. Look at the whole ecosystem, not just what you're going to be there for. All right, have a great day wherever you are. Peace.